Hey guys, it's Kendrick from Providence Tarot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the weeklies now. It's going to be an extended version like it was last time, okay? So it's not just going to be a minute for each sign here. It's going to be about 3 minutes for each sign. It's late on Friday night. I think it's maybe like, no, 9:30, 10, something like that. I guess that's not late for Friday night, huh? I guess I'm just getting old and dating myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Magical Dogs Tarot cards for you guys. This will be sort of like an unboxing for Instagram. I've already posted one video with these cards, and it's the Aquarius video. So if you guys are Aquarians out there, go watch that video for March. I will be at Om Shanti Bookshop and Crystal Gallery this weekend on Sunday from 12 to 4. That address is 230 East 14th Street between 2nd and 3rd Avenues in Union Square in the East Village area near NYU. So here we go. I've already pulled or shuffled the cards. I'm going to pull them and then I'm going to read them. Taurus, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sag, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. The energy for the week for everyone is the Earth Alpha Female, and this is the Queen of Pentacles. So this has to do with work, it has to do with money, it has to do with finances, it has to do with time, it has to do with energy, right? Are you guys feeling less than energetic this week because of the Mercury retrograde? Has it made you feel slowed down a little bit? It is in Pisces, so it is probably making us feel a little bit unstable in the way that we see the retrograde and how it's affecting us. Some of us have actually just kind of like delved into work or are focusing more on work because, you know, the Earth Alpha Female is a cardinal sign energy, and that's Capricorn. So we could be just looking at, you know, like the day-to-day duties and, you know, just the overall value within our experience. So I'm going to go ahead and start with Aries at 2 minutes and 30 seconds in the video. Aries, you got the Four of Earth, and it's just so funny that I was talking about Capricorn energy because this is Sun in Capricorn. So you could actually be being stubborn about something, or you might be needing to look at your finances and see like how, you know, what are the details of your finances, which is kind of like a Virgo energy. But with the Four of Earth here, you know, it really is talking about, you know, stability within the finances or financial stability. It's talking about financial security, and it's also talking about meaningful structures that you sort of like, that are your foundation, right? Because it's foundation with earthly matters. So you might be trying to set some things in place that you might be, you know, leading a project on or something like that. So you might be just trying to get your things in order. You could be restructuring some things, right? Because we are in a retrograde season right now. So that's probably what you're dealing with. You're dealing with like also some things that have to do with the will, right? It's kind of like, how are you going to will more money? How are you going to will more power? How are you going to will more stability? You know, and it really is talking about building structures that are very lasting for you, Aries. So you might be thinking about that in terms of like your marriage, or you could be thinking about that in terms of like, you know, just where you see yourself going in the future. You know what I mean? It's almost like you're trying to get a good assessment on like what it is that you see that you've built for yourself and what you see yourself building in the future, right? Okay, so Taurus, here we go with you at 4 minutes and 15 seconds, and you got the Two of Sky, which is the moon in Libra. We have a full moon in Libra coming up on March 20th, which is the first day of Aries season. This has to do with you making a choice about something, and it's kind of like understanding that there's going to be a reaction or a response to this choice. So not choosing to do anything is actually making a choice. So, you know, you can't really think about not stepping on anyone's toes or, you know, hoping that no one reacts to the decision that you make. You know what I mean? And you could be feeling a little bit vulnerable to the decision that you're making, because we're always vulnerable to, you know, what we feel the need to justify, right? Because when we feel the need to justify something, that That's because something is at question, and when we're being questioned about things, then we feel a little bit vulnerable, right? What are we vulnerable to? The truth. And this is the moon in Libra, and Libra is kind of like, representative of truth, right? Because it's the Justice card. And the Two of Swords is indicative of the Justice card. It's just kind of like an underdeveloped Justice card. Not underdeveloped, but like a baby Justice card, right? Because she's blindfolded and she does have to make a choice, but, she doesn't really know that, being fair to oneself is kind of like making the right choice, right? So you just got to make the right choice for you and not think about what's going to be fair for everybody, because sometimes really the choice is yours, right? And it's not someone else's. That's why it's your choice. Taurus. Gemini at 5:55. Okay, Gemini, you got the Ace of C. So this is the Ace of Cups. Some of you actually might be getting some sexual activity going on, right? Who's having sex? Also, this could be like your intuition. You could be having more dreams now because your ruling planet, Mercury, is in Pisces. You guys might even be feeling like you're having some nightmares too. It's not even in reverse, but I'm getting that just intense energy because Neptune is there as well with the sun, with Mercury and the moon, magnifying that sense of intuition and the subconscious and like just the things that you might even see or recognize in your dreams that are unusual to you. You know what I mean? You might be thinking about that and it might be just on your mind. But anyway, this could even be a new love for you, Gemini. You know what I mean? You might be finding someone attractive. You might have a crush actually, or someone might have a crush on you and they could just be offering you like just some, flirtation, or, they might just be being there in a way that feels very warm to you. You know what I mean? That type of thing, Gemini. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to Cancer at 7 minutes and 13 seconds. 7 minutes. Ooh. You got the Four of Sky. So this is Jupiter in Libra, Cancer. So, you might be feeling overwhelmed by some of your relationships or the structures within your relationships, or you could be feeling overwhelmed by your own thoughts. And you need to just take a step back and understand what it is that you're meant to get out of this, right? And it's really not even about getting anything out of it. It's just kind of like laying low for a little bit. That's what you really need to do. You need to lay low for a little bit. You need to not say so much. You need to kind of just chill and you need to fall back. You also need to gain a little bit more mental clarity, and you need to do that for yourself, right? It's kind of like you're building more mental clarity. You're kind of like developing a state of mental clarity by way of like you asserting yourself, right? You're doing that. You might even need to like distance yourself just from like speaking to some people or talking to some people. You might even need to get a little bit more rest than you're used to getting. Anyway, yeah, you definitely need to do that. This could have something to do with Aries season, or the fourth house, which is ruled by you, and that's home and family. So this could even be you being a little bit distant from someone within the home and the family aspect. Somebody that you may even like give love to in some kind of way, because the fours have to do with the fourth house, and that's home and family. It's also the mother. It's talking about nurturing a situation, but this could be you just needing to nurture part of your mental stability by falling back and giving yourself the space and giving other people the space that they might need from you. But in that sense, you also are giving yourself space that you need. Okay, Cancer? So now let's move on at 9 minutes and 19 seconds to Leo. You got the Seven of Sky. Okay, more air, lots of thoughts. Mercury is retrograde. So the Seven of Sky is the moon in Aquarius. And the moon really likes to evolve. It likes to change. It likes to express its emotions. It likes to be emotionally attached to its experiences. And that sort of like prevents the moon from, just moving on and gaining more clarity and just kind of like gaining more perspective, right? Because our emotions sort of like hold us back from gaining perspective. And, with this card being here, you might be feeling some kind of way, which is getting in the way of you seeing some kind of way, right? The sevens have to do with how you're relating to an experience, yes, because the seventh house is Libra. That's relationships, that's contracts, that's bonds. There might be, you might be feeling conflicted by a contract or a bond that you may have with someone who might be, in a relationship, or someone else's relationship might be affecting you, or someone else might be affecting your relationship. Aquarius is also a sign that kind of likes to be a little bit domineering. So this could be like somebody being domineering in the relationship. You might even be thinking about that. This could have to do with just kind of like realigning yourself together with the other person that you may be in a relationship with, because the sevens do have to do with the chakras, right? The seventh chakra is the crown chakra, right? And you definitely want to just kind of like clear out that crown chakra, you know what I mean, so that you can come from a place of love and understanding, rather than maybe being victim to your own thoughts, or maybe being vulnerable to like the mistruths or the misguided truths, or just having like a false sense of reality with the Seven of Swords. Anyway, let me go ahead and continue on to Virgo, 6th house energy. Okay, we just had our last full moon was in Virgo at 11 minutes and 55 seconds. Okay, so Virgo, wow, you got Mercury, which is the lovers. This is kind of like, how are you communicating with those that you care about? How are you treating those that you care about? How are you letting them know that everything is okay? How do you feel about, your everyday life? How do you feel about those people involved in your everyday life? It also has to do with adapting to changes that occur. You have to sort of like recommit yourself to yourself. You're becoming a little bit more aware of like, what kind of boundaries you want to set. Also, it's kind of like understanding that there's more to life than just kind of like what you see in front of you. It kind of is like understanding, that you are a part of everything and everything is a part of you. And I feel like, Virgo, that's something that you understand, being, involved in like the day-to-day life. You know what I mean? It's kind of like what you do when you wake up, what you do when you leave the house, the same route that you take, that type of thing. You might be, just kind of like finding harmony within the consistency of your routine again. Whatever that means for you. You might be finding more consistency with the loved one that you have, your significant other, or you might be committed to acknowledging your significant other's presence in a different way. Some of you could just be realizing what people mean to you, Virgos. You might be understanding that, life is precious, and that's something that you're identifying with, so it's making you feel a little bit more like open, right? You're very compassionate, yes? Compromise. It's almost like you're allowing your mind to compromise what you believe, because what you believe is very fluid right now, because the Mercury, which is this card, is in Pisces and it's retrograde. So not only is Mercury, which is an unstable planet, in Pisces, which is the most unstable sign, which is in the most unstable element, but it's also in the most unstable time for Mercury, which is in a retrograde. So you just kind of like just allowing yourself to kind of go with the flow of the energy that's coming in and going out. And then if you work that way, then you'll be able to absorb some of the things that are kind of like just like splashing about with this Pisces Mercury retrograde energy. You know what I mean? You're Earth. So you can absorb some of this energy and really find a way to appropriate it so that it's very productive for you, and that's what you do. Okay, so let's continue on with Libra, which is, that's my sign, sun, and rising, and I have a lot of planets there too. Libra, you got the Six of Seed. This is kind of related to that Virgo energy. So you're tapped into your routine as well. You're tapped into the routine of like how you're going to get more emotional abundance out of your experience, right? It's like you are definitely feeling more compassionate towards, the day to day. You're putting a lot more energy into how you nurture your experience day to day. You might be, just giving yourself more sleep, right? Some of you are taking more naps. You might even be thinking about, children. You might be spending some time with children, or you might just be becoming acquainted with like a sense of childlike energy. You know what I mean? You might be feeling a little bit more nostalgic, right? Just not even about childhood. Some of you are feeling nostalgic about your first boyfriend. Some of you are feeling nostalgic about your first girlfriend. Some of you are feeling nostalgic about the first time that you moved to the place that you live in. Some of you are feeling nostalgic just by listening to music that you used to listen to. You know what I mean? I've been doing a lot of that. Listening to music that I haven't listened to since I've been in college. The sixes do have to do with cycles completing. So you might even be relating to your experiences that were, a part of you that you kind of like developed into this person, right? It's like all of the experiences that you have experienced thus far were a part of a larger experience, but they themselves were a minor experience within the larger experience. And now that we're in that retrograde energy, and it's in Pisces, Libra, which is also a sign that you can relate to because Venus is exalted there, right? So you're looking back at all of these things that have transpired and all of these things that have happened and how, things have changed, right? Because this is a 6. You've adapted to changes that have happened over time. And, this does have to do with history because it's the 6 of Cups. And also you're seeing how you've transformed out of all of those experiences that you've had. And now that you're this new person that you can be every day of your life based on all of those things that you've gone through, all of those people that you've met. It's really interesting. I love the sixes for that reason. You're feeling very intuitive as well. You're looking back on those experiences and thinking like, wow, all of this was for a specific reason. You know what I mean? It's almost like you're able to make out faces in a crowd. The crowd is your life. The faces are your experiences. And you're making out the faces in that crowd. You know what I mean, Libra? Okay, so let's go ahead and continue on to Scorpio. Scorpio, you got the Ace of Fire. So this is the Ace of Wands. This is very like Aries energy, very like Mars energy. It could be any fire sign, but you can kind of identify with this because fire is purifying, right? But it's purifying after destruction. So it's almost kind of like a phoenix type of energy. And that's very representative of you, Scorpio. Something has been burned. Something has been purified. Also, this is this is an opportunity for you to start something new. This is kind of like getting your engine roaring again. This is kind of like you being able to see, the beginnings of something that could, grow. It's like there's a hint of energy. There's a small flame, right? And we just need to feed it a little bit more. There's like some kind of matter of the heart, right? Some passion that you're involved in, or that might be a part of you, inside of you. You have a passion inside of you that you want to express. And this is you being aware of a feeling that is very intense, right? You want to take action on something, but it's almost kind of like you just need to take it slow, right? I feel like you're getting excited to do something, but you really just need to like hold your horses, right? Because the opportunity is there. Now it's time to like see how you're going to do it right. You know what I mean? That's all I'm going to say for you, Scorpio. So now we're at Sagittarius at 19 minutes and 45 seconds. Sagittarius, you got another 6. Wow, you got the 6 of Earth. 6 of Pentacles is Moon in Taurus. The Moon is exalted in Taurus. And, Taurus is a sign of security. It's about respect with them, belief systems. And it's also, it has to do with marriage as well. It does also have to do, it's marriage because those are the people that you see every day of your life, usually, you know what I mean? And the 6 has to do with Virgo. Virgo rules the 6th house, has to do with Mercury as well. So this is kind of like, how secure do you feel in your daily life, right? Are you being provided with everything that you need for your daily life to function at its optimum level? Are you saving money? Are you spending money? Because when you spend money, you get money. So sometimes you just have to understand that when there's a flow of energy, of money, money is energy. You know what I mean? And then it's an exchange of energy. So when you understand it as being such, you can be secure within, just like the function of money, right? This has to do with providing a level of security to other people. You might be providing people with, money. You could be offering your time up to people. You could even be, finishing out, paying some people back, or someone, you might be paying someone else, someone might be finishing paying you back. This could even be with a loan that you might be wanting to apply for. You know what I mean? That type of thing. You're kind of coming into a place of feeling satisfied with what you have around you, or there might be a sense of relief that comes towards you from somebody in your everyday life that is going to, bring some relief to something for you. Um, all right. So let me go ahead to Capricorn. Capricorn, you are at 21 minutes and 59 seconds. Okay, let's just say 22 minutes, Capricorn. You got the Sky Alpha Male. So this is the King of Swords energy, okay? The King of Swords energy is talking about, a mature perspective, a mature outlook. You might even be feeling like more positive about the outlook, right? You've got your eyes set on something that's greater than what you thought you could do, right? It's kind of like a broadened uh, horizon. Yeah, your horizons have broadened. You're able to take advantage of a few things. That's what I'm getting. That's what I hope is happening for you. And this is kind of like clarity of the mind as well. You've reached a point of clarity of the mind that, you feel good about, right? And this is good because I think you were dealing with some kind of like relationship stuff, or there was some kind of like change that was going on, and maybe that test and everything that you've learned thus far, and now we just had a Virgo full moon, so that was kind of sort of like harmonious to your energy of being a Capricorn. I think that your perspective has definitely gained some ground, or you've gained some ground in like reaching a greater perspective, and you know now your perception of who you are has given you a level of confidence that is going to take you to greater heights. That's what I'm getting. And whatever it is that you're involved in. People are also very attracted to you because your energy is just giving off this sense of like confidence, but it's not cocky. Okay, Capricorn? So that's good. You might even be being helped by a male person, or this could be, you starting to talk and communicate with another person. It could be male or female, but you really appreciate talking to this person. You appreciate their mind and the way that they think. Yeah, it's almost like you see them as like you're impressed by this person. Anyway, Capricorn, let's move on to Aquarius at 24 minutes and 15 seconds. Aquarius, what you got? Fire Alpha Male. So that's another fixed male energy or fixed yang energy. It's fire. So what is that giving me? That's like Leo energy. So this could be dealing with a person who has like some pride issues or some issues of the ego. Or this person could be making you feel really good, right? They might be bringing a level of energy to, your atmosphere or your environment that you appreciate. You might even be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. This person might be very enthusiastic. Sometimes they may actually speak a little too abruptly, or they may even seem a little bit too abrasive, right? It's almost like they might even be loud and you want them to calm down, Aquarius. You might even be just kind of like dealing with somebody that has way more energy than you feel like you want to be dealing with right now. This could even be you, Aquarius. You might even have like this much energy, right? You may be feeling very passionate about something that you want to do, and your perspective your perspective about it has reached a certain height. So it's almost like you're self assured of this passion that you have. It's not like you're questioning whether or not you feel passionate about this thing. You're like, I know I am, and I want to do this because I'm feeling passionate about this thing. Because the fire signs do want to do. Um, they want to do a lot. So yeah, you're feeling very good. You're feeling very confident, and you are also feeling very like uh, proud, right, about whatever it is that you can do and whatever it is that you're creating, right? Because this is coming from a level of of leadership. You know what I mean? And this is something that you feel really good about. So congratulations, Aquarius. What does this mean for you? I know that you've been going through it lately. What does it mean for you? Let me know, Aquarius. All right, so let's move on to Pisces. This is your birthday season, darling, and we're almost coming to the end of it. How do you feel, Pisces? Earth Guardian. All right, then. This is opposing you. This is the Knight of Pentacles, which, the Knights are definitely like people that come in and provide us with a level of service, and who better to do that than the Knight of Pentacles? And in this case, the Earth Guardian. So this is kind of like you, Pisces, being able to adopt. Maybe you're adopting a pet. But this has to do with you adapting to the changes in your environment. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the realities. Yeah, the new structures, the new things that have set in place. These are plans. This is like, documents and getting all of your T's crossed and your I's dotted. I's dotted, T's crossed. This could also be a person that's coming in and, just making you feel like they're filling up the empty space that you have or the empty time, right? They might be doing things with you. You might be going places to the park. Spring is around the corner. It might be a little bit warmer in places. Also, this is kind of you looking at the details of something and analyzing something and seeing how you can make something better. This could be, you just offering help to somebody, or this could be somebody offering help to you, or this could just be you being willingly open to, just seeing where things go with somebody, or just seeing where things go with a certain situation that involves work or money. You know what I mean? You could be like just maybe taking a risk on an investment, some of you might be. This could even have to do with like you may be investing in something that has to do with your home or the day-to-day life. You know what I mean? Because Virgo does rule the 6th house. Yeah. Earth Guardian. Knight of Pentacles. Don't be intimidated by whatever it is that needs to be processed or needs to be fixed. You know what I mean? If you need to ask someone for help, or even if you need to look up something, like if you need to research something online to really get an understanding of how to process something or how to do something or how to make something, then do that. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, you measure twice, cut once. That's what I'm going to say. Oh, hey, I'm having a good day, Angel Marie. So I think those are all of the messages for you guys. I just kind of like went on. I hope that these messages resonated with some of you. The cards are beautiful. I'm loving these dogs. I'm obsessed. Follow me on Instagram. It's Providence Tarot. I have individual accounts for my personal accounts. NYC Kendrick NYC. The Tongue Pop. What else am I forgetting? I know that I have to do Cancer, Capricorn, Sagittarius, and Gemini, okay? Those are coming to you guys. Thanks. Bye, everybody.